Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm George 3. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be making a tier list. So before we get into the video, I would like to say consider subscribing and release educational Pokemon Unite content so you don't want to miss out. So I know I'm kind of late on this tier list, but I just thought it'd be good to make one since Snorlax is kind of like out of the jail now, and so he's like free to play. That's what I've been hearing. So there's no more bug abuse, anything like that. So now you can play him without feeling bad, or you know, bug abusing, right? And so, right. So we don't want to. So like with that being said, like I feel like we should put out a tier list, right? So, let's just get started with it.
I just want cash to blow with it came. Grind for the fam, don't want no more pain. Why isn't fam? Put that on the chain.
Well, let's talk about my first favorite character, Eldegoss. I think Eldegoss is still S tier. I think you kind of just like that, that's what you're locked into. Like when you pick up support, like this is the character you're pretty much always gonna play. If you're in a 5 stack and you're running with the 5s, like this is usually what you're gonna play no matter what, unless you're in like some sort of draft tournament, right? But this is what you're gonna play. When it comes to like solo queue, duo queue, trio queue, pretty sure you still see a lot of Eldegoss over Blissey. You see the occasional Blissey, but Eldegoss is much preferred, given like the the shields, and the leaf tornado is still pretty good, and with the buff of Conspore and Pollen Puff, you can kind of go either way, but I still prefer Cotton Guard and Leaf Tornado. Alright, so let's go with Venusaur. Venusaur is going to be in A tier, I think. I don't think he's very good. Honestly, I'd be down to put him in B tier. I don't really think he's very good. I don't like it takes a while for him to get rolling when you have like other champions on the map that could do the same thing he does. And like Venusaur in jungle, like you just can't play him in jungle right now. Just how the meta is driven. So I think he is a solid B tier. Like he can only really be found in bottom lane, and so with other champions, like I said, there's just really no reason to pick up Venusaur. However, the solar beam snipe Venusaur, that's pretty fun to play if you want to play. But yeah, you will get tier listed though. That's the only thing. Next, let's talk about Serena. I think Serena is pretty good, and I think she's an S tier champion, honestly. Her pick capability with like the lifesteal that she has is just insane. This champion, the early game really sucks until you hit level 6, right? So you're gonna run into a lot of problems, and that's the weakest part of your game. But if you're able to make it past the early game, not die, and just at least go even, like, man, you can just really shit on teams with this Pokemon, and it's able to like kind of counter the Dragonite meta a little bit. Just being able to like take Dragonite out of the fight to successfully get to the back line, pick out targets that are really key targets. Serena is great for that. Kind of reminds me of like a Camille type of thing from League of Legends. So she's pretty fun, and her dueling capability in the side lane is really insane. I seen this Pokemon like literally 1v4, 1v5 sometimes if she's fed. So something to watch out for. Really deserves a spot in the S tier to me. Next, I want to talk about Lucario. Then the next top lane that you would put, I think Lucario is still S tier. I think he's still like a good champion to have in the top lane. He's not as where he used to be, but I still think he's a very good champion to have on your side. And I think he's just like the the staple for top lane. So yeah, I think we'll just leave Lucario in S tier from now. Let's talk about let's see. Let's just get the big man out of the way here. D9, right? D9, I'm gonna say, is another S tier champion. Obviously best secure in the game right now. It kind of makes just other champions irrelevant, other Pokemon irrelevant, and so just having that secure is just like, you can't do anything against it. If you don't have a Dragonite on your team, you're pretty much throwing the game. It's really, really hard to secure objectives over this Pokemon. So yeah, just everything that he brings to the table, like his secures, and then the teleportation of him with his ulti just flying across the map, being able to score, just score shield on Dragonite, and score shield equals 50 dunk, right? Especially in double points. So yeah, really insane Pokemon right now, really meta defining Pokemon, and every team should have a Dragonite. If you don't have a Dragonite, then yeah, like I said, you're really throwing here. So next Pokemon, I'm gonna say Cinderace is in A tier. Cinderace, it feels good. It's just like kind of like, if you don't have a Dragonite player, then yeah, Cinderace is fine. Or if you run like a Dragonite bottom lane, right? You can run like a Cinderace jungle, which is good. So yeah, basically like, Cinderace, he's in a okay spot. If you don't have a Dragonite, or if you're running a Dragonite bottom lane, Cinderace is a good jungle to pick up, to fill that jungle role, Let's talk about Blastoise. I'm thinking C tier. Like, I have not seen Blastoise in a hot minute. Like, he's pretty much taken out of the meta at this point. Just no reason to pick him over to some of the other defenders that are just dominating this meta right now. Next, let's talk about Greedent. I think Greedent is an A tier champion. He can, he does alright, against Lucario and Serena. But, what makes Greedent good is the Japan strat, or the scoring strat. Like that, like if you're using Greedent in the Japan strat, like he's like S2, because he has to, he has to do that specific strategy, right? But if we're just talking like outside of the Japan strategy, well then Greedent is A tier. I want to make him S tier. I still think Lucario Serena can handle Greedent. As long as your mechanics are well and you know how to play top lane well, I think they can really handle Greedent no problem. So let's take a look at Gardevoir next. I think Gardevoir is C tier. Like, you pretty much don't run her in the jungle. You're not gonna run her bot lane. Like I said, Dragonite. If you don't have Dragonite, you have a Cinder, right? So there's really no room for Gardevoir in the meta right now, in the current meta. So it's pretty sad. She got like her 1 week of being popular, of being quote unquote OP. They nerfed her, and she's back down on the tier list. Let's talk about Talonflame. Talonflame is gonna be B tier. Just because, like I said, it's just Dragonite and Cinderace dominating right now. And like even the potential of running Serena jungle, which isn't a bad option as well. So you have like these 3 Pokemon just dominating the meta inside jungle. So it's hard for Talonflame to do anything, especially like Talonflame secure is just not as good compared to Dragonites, right? And then Talonflame doesn't do nearly as much damage compared to Serena, when it comes to mid to late game. So, he's just in B tier for now. Hopefully the meta turns back into his favor. Let's see. I'll go with Pikachu. I think Pikachu is S tier pick right now. I'm pretty sure like all comps run on Pikachu. Like just the buff that Pikachu got to the ult, being able to like spam it and have it on such a short cooldown is really insane for Pikachu right now. And so he is able to get a lot of value out of this. So it's honestly like having Pikachu in your comp is just so strong right now. Just like honestly S tier for me. Let's see, let's get some defenders out of the way here. Go Slowbro. Slowbro's A tier. He has a good secure potion. Slowbro with Amnesia. So yeah, you have Surf and Amnesia. Pretty solid. Almost never die. It's crazy. Like Slowbro's good. Like it is what it is. Let's go with Lax. Lax, because he is free from the jail now, I was debating on putting him in S tier, and you know, just because he's able to push like people out of their scoring, like that's honestly insane to me. Like you're able to just deny 50 cap right off the bat. You're able to just like push anyone through anything almost, you know. So like Lax is, and he's not bug abused anymore, like quote unquote, like how they used to say. So you know, he's able to play, and you're able to like not get into any trouble playing him, and you don't have to worry about a ban. And he still has a good secure. So I think Lax is pretty good right now. Do I put him in S tier? You know, I think he's good in A tier right now. Same thing with Mime. I think Mime's a good A tier. I think all these are 3 good A tiers. You know, you could argue, since the Japan strat is so relevant right now, you could argue that that makes Lax even more relevant to be S tier. But take the Japan strategy away, that's why I think he becomes more of A tier, because I see a lot of people not running the Japan strategy rather than they are. So if we're seeing Japan strategy games like score comp games every single game, then yeah, this guy would definitely move up to S tier. You know, just being able to block their scores, I think, you know, is kind of big. But yeah, for right now, you know, he's gonna be in A tier. Let's go Blissey. I think Blissey is just gonna be C tier, man. Like, you're never gonna pick this champion. Yeah, pretty much just C tier. Like, C or B tier, it really doesn't matter, honestly. Machamp is gonna go like C tier. There's, you know, he's just not in the meta right now. The buffs were good, just not enough to bring Machamp to where he needs to be, right? Gengar is D tier. If you pick this champion, you're trolling. You're actually trolling your team. Memo is B tier. He could move to A tier, but I'm just thinking like a lot of these defenders, you know, they're just kind of a little bit better in my opinion. You know, some may argue, some of the Mamo mains may argue like, hey, you know, like he's pretty good, but yeah, I think he just feels like B tier. I feel like he may need a little bit more of a buff maybe to be an A tier, but I think he's just chilling in B tier right now. Let's take a look at Wrigley. Wrigley, you know, saying the ult, still insane. Even if you use Wrigley with rollout too, still insane. Like you're still doing massive damage. Gleam is just such a good move on him. So gonna get a lot of value out of Wrigley. Let's see, Ninetales. Ninetales is C tier as well. Don't really see Ninetales ever. Unless you're running like a double ice combo down bot lane with like Mamo and Ninetales, but that's really specific. And you know, since Pikachu got that buff, like there's just nothing that Ninetales can really do against that. Because like Ninetales, you know, Pikachu has a stun. Pikachu's able to spam ulti. Pikachu's like, you know, yeah, pretty good. Pikachu's just pretty good right now. Let's see. Let's go with the Frog. I think the Frog is A tier as well. You know, you don't like Greninja Cinder. It's still 2 good champions that you could play in the jungle. Like if you don't have a good Dragonite, like that's still pretty fine. I wouldn't say that Greninja's got it to the point where it's B tier. Still think he's a good A tier champion. Sylveon. I think, yeah, I guess you could put Sylveon in B tier. You know, like that's fine. Like there's not too many champions that you can really pick in the bot lane role. Graham, it's gonna be C tier. I don't think this champion is in meta right now. Just yeah, just like with Slowbro being meta, Snorlax, Mime, then just Pikachu. You know, like there's things that can get on top of Cram really easily, especially like a Dragonite, Serena, a Pikachu, right? So they're able to like just like push him out of the meta. Like a lot of their kits are just way too good right now. Let's see what else. Let's go Crystal. Crystal's in D tier. Man, I haven't seen this guy since of like low masters. Like when you're first climbing like to masters and you're getting out of ultra. I haven't seen this guy since then. That's funny. Poor Crystal, man. You know, I used to see him all the time, like when I was down in ultra veteran, you know, and just like making my first climb to master. But you know, it's like once you're there and once you climb even higher in the elo range, like, you know, I think you really stop seeing him around 1300 1400. You know, maybe you'll see him sometimes in solo queue, but yeah, he's just like really bad right now. Let's go with Absol. Where is Absol at now? I think Absol is B tier. If we're talking jungler or top laner, I think he's still B tier anyways. Like, you know, he comes second, you know, to Lucario, Serena. He can't, you know, even Greedent, you know, Greedent's above him, right, when it comes to top lane. And then when it comes to jungle, like, you have Dragonite, then you have Cinder and Greninja. Like, you know, you take those over an Absol any day. And then yeah, Zora's gonna go C tier. Think the rest just round out to here. Charizard, you know, I don't really know. Like I never see him in meta, honestly. I think I'll just put him in C tier, and I just put the Decidueye in F tier. Like, I never see these Pokemon in meta. And it's like, where do you play the Decidueye? Like, if you play in bot lane, like, how are you, you know, how are you gonna make that work when you have Pika stunning from range, you know, and a Wigglytuff just running at you, right? Now, when it comes to Zora, the nerfs, they just gutted him, and then along with the bug abuse, like, no one's playing him right now. If you are, then you're just like trying to bug abuse, you know. But I'm not sure if that's patched yet, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But Garchomp got some buffs, but it's just like it really wasn't, you know, enough for him. Same thing with Charizard. They got some buffs, but it just wasn't enough. Compared to Dragonite, you know, and the rest of the champions I talked about, kind of pushes just pushes them out of the meta. They got hard pushes them out of the meta until we get a meta reset. You know, we get some buffs, we get some nerfs in, we get some changes to the meta. Things will start, you know, swapping over to some other champions. But as we sit right now, I think this is a good tier list for, you know, just everyone in general right now. I think this is a good S tier, A tier, you know, all the way down. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys, what you guys think. Maybe if I got like a Pokemon wrong and you guys think they belong in maybe A tier or B tier, or if you think, you know, I was too generous on giving Pikachu S tier, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hope you guys have a nice day, and until next time, let's come together. Peace. I'm out.
What it do? Sauce up on YouTube. You know I'm dripping, baby, and you dripping too. I know you love me, baby, and I love you too. I know you